Very good afternoon, everyone who has joined us for the action that we are going to see after a long break that we had just because Codis cannot make a proper game, and whenever they put out an update, they break something. But thankfully, this time they have done a slightly better job. Maybe the race is going to tell more about if we get more glitches, but we are back again racing, and today again we are with our tier 3 boys, and the best part is we are having a full grid just now to watch. So can be a lot of action, but today in the comms box, I am joined by harryrox for giving me company in the commentary. And obviously, I forgot to mention the track, but if you have been following us, you would know that it's a Canada weekend. So we are at the Wall of Champions. We are in the circuit, which is quite fast paced, and I'm joined by harryrox. So, Harry, what are your expectations for today's race?
Well, looking at the race last night, the Tier 2 race, there were mixed conditions. If I'm not wrong, I didn't follow it fully, but mixed conditions itself is like the 2012 Grand Prix where it went on for almost 3 to 4 hours. A lot of fun, a lot of changing conditions, so a lot of skill levels that'll get tested, a lot of changes in the pecking order during the race itself, strategies coming into play. It's literally the whole circus of F1, all of the factors coming into play over there. So yeah, mixed conditions will definitely spice the race up a lot.
Yeah, that's one thing that we have to keep looking for is mixed battle. But let's just move ahead because I'm pretty sure our boys will be waiting to race around on this track. And obviously, if the weather factor comes into play, it is gonna be an exciting battle. But before we head on to the race, let's have a look at the track circuit. It's a 4.3 kilometer long, 14 turn. Obviously, just two DRS zones that you get, and especially the back straight being one of the places where you can overtake, but that does lead to the Wall of Champions and the chicane there. Let's have a quick look at the hot lap.
The circuit Giovanna as we head down to turn 1, bring the car over to the right hand side, hook it in for turn 1, hit all the inside curb as you can as you trail brake deep into turn 2 and move the car over to the left for turn 3, the infamous Sebastian Vettel corner. Hook the car in again, eat as much inside curb as possible, get as close to the wall as possible as you go through 4 and 5 and head down to turn 6 now, the second chicane of 3 in this first sector. Make sure to eat a lot of the inside curb and get as close to the wall as you can before exiting down a small straight before we head down to turn 7. Clip both the curbs, make sure to avoid the orange though, as this can disrupt your car as we head down to the hairpin, an infamous corner, one where a lot of overtaking action can happen, but also important to get your braking right and prevent yourself from understeering wide. As you come on to the back straight, DRS open, this will also be a crucial overtaking point as we come down to the dreaded final chicane. Important to cut both curbs here to bring a car over to the left hand side, brake at approximately 100-meter board, clip both curbs and make sure not to get too close to the Wall of Champions on the outside, and you come across the line for a lap of the Circuit Giovanov.
That was definitely a good view of the track and a very fast lap by our very own Helium, who is a tier 1 driver and probably fighting for the championship in tier 1 as well. He is among the top 3, if I'm not wrong, in the championship standings as of now. So you can catch him in action today night on this track, but he gave a brief idea of what this track looks like. So Harry, what are your comments on the Wall of Champions itself?
Well, this game we know already is so notorious with the curbs, so you can't cut the curbs as much as you did in the last game. So entry into the final 2 turns, I forgot the turn numbers, but the entry into the final 2 turns, that chicane is definitely dangerous. If you take too much curb, you're going straight into the Wall of Champions. You lose your front wing, and if the damage model has decided to irritate you on this day, it'll probably take out your wheel as well. But if you take it too cautiously, you're gonna lose a lot of time over there, lot of time. So it's basically full send, and not only, I won't say it's RNG, because you can perfect that line with a lot of practice. You have to do it repetitively for a little time, and then you'll probably be able to perfect that line, which is important to keep you away from the Wall of Champions. Wheel to wheel racing will definitely be a thing to watch out for. If they go into that final chicane wheel to wheel, well, kudos if they come out clean out of it.
Well, that's one of the factors that's going to play in today's race because the only place, the only easy place to make a move on is that chicane that leads to the Wall of Champions. So we can see a lot of people going side by side, and we all know that that's not a corner where two cars can fit, and that can actually end up disastrous for a couple of drivers today, but we will have to wait and see. Before that, we'll have to wait for the quali to start. Our boys are getting in the lobby. We have a full grid, obviously. We are just waiting for a couple of drivers to join into the lobby, and we will be back in the action. What do you think about strategy wise, considering it's a full dry race? Any thoughts on that?
So I have 2-3 strategies in mind. I am not sure. Everyone seems to be favoring the soft, medium, soft, the two stopper, because apparently you have much more pace, much more speed. But this only, in my opinion, this only helps if you are able to overtake well. Some drivers have raw pace, but then when it comes to overtaking, they fail to make a clean overtake, or they get stuck for too much time. You're not able to clear out drivers quickly to maximize the performance you can get from having two stopper, and two fresh sets of softs, a fresh set of mediums that you'll be using. So if you're not able to make moves on track, you're going to be stuck behind drivers. Then that's not really the best way to go. But I was thinking of a medium soft or a soft medium. If you are capable of doing a good quali lap on a medium set of tires, that will help you in the case of safety cars being a high possibility, considering Wall of Champions is there on this track.
Yes, indeed. That's a very detailed analysis on what we can expect. I believe we can give it a bit more thought once we are into the lobby, because the game is about to start. So we'll just be having a look at the weather and the conditions that are gonna be coming ahead for this race, and then we can probably have a look at what strategies will the drivers be opting for, and talk a bit more about on that.
Yes, and it's a full dry session. Quali has a little bit of cloudy situations in the first 10 minutes. After that, it's a full sunny session in Quali, and race is also fully dry. So I guess it's going to be a pretty straightforward session. And as you can see, the driver standing, Mountain Wolf, doing a really good job showing his improvement, going with a 148 points to his name, and he's closely followed by Eric Griffin with a 130 points, 18 points splitting them. The top six are within 48 points. So Slea is on P6 right now. He has 100 points to his name. Going further down, the next pack over there, as you can see, P7 to P9 are within about 10 points or 14 points. So they're all very close. There are different sections of drivers over here, as you can see. Tier 3 is not something we should just give away with, because they've been showing their pace, so showing improvements. You can see even in the team standings, the constructor standing, Mercedes with a 90-point lead, and Alfa Romeo isn't far behind. McLaren isn't far behind as well, around 18 points to Alfa Romeo. So the top three are pretty close, I must say. Haas, Ferrari, and Red Bull again battling with each other. They have both drivers who are helping out. Red Bull with the lone driver of Logesh bringing all the points, maximum of the points, 96 points over there.
Yes, indeed. So that's a detailed analysis of the championship, what and how it is looking right now in Tier 3. Meanwhile, drivers have started to go out on the track. In the comment box, we do have a couple of people joining us as well for the stream. Here with the Tier 3 boys, one of our viewers asking us to start PS4 League, but again, whenever we tried that, we never got a good response from the PS4 community that we have here at IRC. We cannot just start a league without giving it full attention, because we obviously have to do all the editorials and the streaming as well, because obviously streaming from a PS4 to a PC is a bit complicated, and we need dedicated streamers. We don't want to just start a league just because for the namesake. It's more about a passion for these drivers to showcase their talent and learn something from it. So unless and until I believe our coordinators feel that there is enough of those, I guess we will be holding back to the PS4 League. And one thing that would definitely help is Codemasters getting in cross-play which is rumored to come in the next game after launch. So if that happens, then definitely even the PS4 boys will be welcome with the PC boys, and it would be more of a head-to-head battle. But as we were talking about that, Mountain Wolf rounding across the final wall of champions, just avoiding it, not going very close to the wall as you should to get the best of the time, does a 1:10.1, which is not the best time that you will see today. Obviously, these are the initial laps that our drivers are putting in.
Well, just giving a wild guess because I'm not sure where the pace is, but Tier 1, there are drivers doing 1.8, mid 1.8, so I'm guessing these guys can do a late 1.9, maybe mid 1.9, and that will definitely show what kind of pace these drivers have to showcase to us. And we'll also have to wait and watch if there are people doing the medium strategy, like I mentioned, putting laps out on mediums. We can see a few drivers on the medium set of tires. I'm not sure if this is the best tire set or the tire set that's fit. I think it's a fitted tire.
It's the fitted tire as of now, but since this is their initial laps, this will be their best tire set as well, because no one has gone back into the pits and changed it for a different set where they have set a faster time. But a lot of time coming up on the board as of now. We have Mountain Wolf still leading the pack, but Blaze has set a 1:11.5 on the medium tires. Obviously that time is on bogus run, kind of getting used to the track. A couple of people who have quali banned today, something that needs to be mentioned. Before that, Ripe has retired from the session. Yeah, that brings me to the point of people having quali ban. So there are two people who have accumulated enough penalty points. Harry, being the steward himself, can give more idea on that, but they have accumulated enough penalty points to get a quali ban for today's race, and the two drivers are one being Ripe and one being Thermo. So we can already see Ripe has retired from the session and Thermo is sitting in the pits. So they are not allowed to set a time on the board. However, they can go out and do an installment lap, just get used to the track and do their setup, and then they have to retire from the session. So that's what the rules are. So we won't see any time set up by these two drivers.
Well, going back to chat, there's a viewer who's asking if there'll be league racing on the 2021 game even after 2022. Wait a second. Eric Griffin, one of the Merc drivers, just wins it on the start-finish straight, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
the final
so
chicane.
there was a guy ahead of him. I think as Eric Griffin got a much better exit from the final chicane and closed on to the guy ahead very quickly, and after that he just tapped his rear and he had no control on his car. He hit the right wall, which should have ended his race there itself, but luckily that didn't end his race, and we have some side-by-side racing going on between the McLaren and the that's the green Aston Martin. So they are racing in quali. So but unfortunately for Eric Griffin, he is going to start at the back. I believe even last season he qualified way up, but he was starting from the last because of the game glitch that sends you to the back of the grid. So again, today also he will have to do something similar if he wants to do something.
Well, yeah, to gain some points for the Merc boys, and they are also leading the championship standing. One of the drivers already retired and most probably will start somewhere at the back because Thermo is still below. So he might probably be ahead of Thermo because he's set 2 laps. Even though they are not timed laps, they're not counted, he's still done more running than Thermo. So he'll probably get the position. I think that's how it works in real life as well. Even if you've not set time laps, if you've done more running than the other driver, you get the position, is what my understanding is. But in the meantime, I just wanted to confirm, sorry Dipanshu, just wanted to clarify something which one of our viewers is asking. Pretty persistent, he wants a PS4 league. In the Discord server, you will be able to find a hashtag information channel. You will be able to see a few steps to follow over there, and if you log in and update your PSN ID, if that's what it's called for PS, then you will be able to get into the PS chat and probably muster up some interest. There are some forms included over there if necessary for a census on who wants to start a league, who wants to race for unranked lobbies, etc., etc. So probably try that out, and you will be able to find some fellow PS4 racers.
Yes, indeed. And Logesh has set the second fastest time as of now of a 199. Is on a medium tire right now. Might just be doing his race start on the medium tires. That's what I feel. But he is currently on a hot lap, going through the final hairpin in the final sector. So we'll see what kind of times he does. But Slaya has taken the leaderboard with a 195 on the soft tires. So we'll see if Logesh can beat that. I believe someone asked in the chat as well about whether we will be continuing with this game or whether we'll move on as well. Harry?
Yeah, so I think similar to what we did with the 2020 and 21 game.
Yes, that is
So
correct.
there'll be a transition period between the two games, and post which we'll just completely, like how we're doing it right now, completely shift to the new game.
Yes.
So there will be a season on the old game.
This move has been done just because you know, after Codemasters has come under the shade of EA, the game prices have gone up. Although for the next game, it's a bit of a relief because the game prices has dropped from 3,400, which it was earlier, to 3,000. So there is a 400 rupees off, but we do understand that people might not be able to get the game as soon as it comes out. We are on board McLean Don't Die, who invalidated in the Vettel corner. I am just gonna call it Vettel corner because that's what I know about the incident that happened there. Ritesh coming across the final corner will set a time. Will he improve? We will have to see. He does improve, goes P10. But yeah, talking about that, which game we are gonna run at, we will have one more season in the F1 2021 game, as well as we will have league running in the F1 2022 game for the next season. And then after the next season, that is next to next season, we will completely move on to the F1 2022 game. So we do give one season gap for game to go out on discount and people to buy and join us on the next game. We have McLean Don't Die, who just now invalidated. We have a couple of people who are getting ready for the lap. They are coming across in the final sector. We have Suhaib, who is on a flying lap as of now. 2 laps on his soft tires, so hopefully he doesn't have worn out his tires too much. That's sort of beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful last chicane that he has taken there. That should improve him. Yes, and he goes P7 on the leaderboard.
Well, considering the fact that, I mean, two-stopper, I know, but if he wants to try the undercut, then yeah, he can do that one extra lap. He has 2-lap old soft start the race with, and that's not the best thing to do, I think, but we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, Blaze 555 P11 right now on mediums with a 111.5 crossing the finish line, improves by a bit.
No. He has just
he
started.
stays the same.
Yeah, he has just started the lap. So, and he has bent it as quickly. That's a very tricky corner to get traction on. That's for
He
sure.
should turn around or else he's gonna get disqualified. Nah,
No,
don't do that, mate. Thank God.
good.
Yeah, that is a moment for everyone. I think the drivers who are new to the game do not realize that if you're facing the wrong direction for about 15 seconds, you get disqualified immediately, and that is a shame if you have to do that. So yeah. And anyway, quick going through the session leaderboard because there are about 6 minutes left. We have Slayer on P1 for McLaren with a 195, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
And
that's correct.
Fortin's back, and those are 4-lap old softs, if I'm not wrong. If we can these are the best tires?
No, these are the best fitted tires. So that's what they have done their laps on.
Okay, so that means that's the tire he's gonna start his race
Yes.
on, which means that is not ideal, I must say, but nonetheless, P2 is Logesh with medium tires, with a 199. So Fortin's soft, not very slow, I must say, a lot of pace in that, and he's the only medium driver other than Dark Knight in the top 10 who is in P2 right now. That's amazing. Mountain Wolf 110.07, so that's very close. That's almost a 110, and soft tires again. very good lap over there again, but he can do better. I know he has the pace, and the best part is he has good race pace more than quali pace, and that's something to watch out for. As we say that Slayer trying his latest hot lap, I think, has just invalidated, so we'll go on another warm-up lap before trying a hot lap again.
Geetan Samuel invalidates in the final corner. That is the chicane there. That's the irritating part of this track. You can do a very beautiful lap and then just lose it all in the final corner. Bit frustrating for the drivers, but I'm pretty sure they will be able to come out of this. But yeah, right now I believe the times will fall a bit more. We have around 5 minutes left in the session. If the sector 3 yellow thing goes off, I would be able to tell you the exact time left, but around that is left, and the track has rubbered in as much as it could, and people will be going out with a final splash and a final run.
Absolutely, and going on through the order after the top 3, Saurapat for Merck has put in P4 right now. He's on an out lap. He's done a very close similar time to Mountain Wolf, just a 100th off from Mountain Wolf. Uday, who we are currently on board, P5 with a 110.4, 4 tenths back from Saurapat. Ink in P6, Suhaib in P7, Alex Joseph in P8, Geetan Samuel in P9, and Dark Knight in P10. That's the top 10. Dark Knight right now on a soft tire run, so he will be completing this hot lap and improving for sure. That puts him P5 with a 110.2. Slots it right in between the Haas and the Merc of Uday and Saurav respectively.
Did you see that small slipstream that Alpha Modi was giving Dark Knight there in the back straight?
Yes,
so
I did. I did. Pretty useful, I must say. I mean, there are there are a couple of places where you can give a good, decent slipstream for your teammate, but that back straight being so long is probably the best to watch out for. Slayer right now, 2 purple sectors. Let's stay on board and see what he does. He does a 192, so that's almost 3 tenths improvement, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, that is correct. So he does improve by 3 tenths, although he didn't need to do that, but he is being on the safer side and, you know, just setting a faster time just in case Logesh has some other plans. Right now it doesn't seem like Logesh is still in the pits waiting to go out. I am also not sure will he go out with 2.5 minutes left in this session. Maybe he will be happy with his medium tire 199, I believe.
Possibly, because up till now no one's been able to go ahead with soft tires itself. We can see Saurapat right now trying a hot lap. If we can get that telemetry on the bottom, yeah, that's great. He is on a hot lap. He just finished it. I think he started one now. Sorry. Yeah, those were 2 yellow sectors. Definitely not his hot lap. He's on a hot lap right now. Let's stay on board him maybe and go through the first sector, turns 3 and 4. The Vettel corner, as Dipanshu just told, slightly squirmy on the exit. Didn't utilize all of the track on the outside. Turn 5 again, taking as much curve as he can dare, just kissing the inside curve on the right and takes it a little wider maybe than normal, has a little squirmy moment again. These chicanes, this track is just straights and chicanes, as everyone says. Takes all the curve again, all the curve you dare to take on the entry is what is gonna reward you a lot on this track. You gain a lot of time, and he
has invalidated in that previous chicane. He invalidated his lap, and because of which he has decided to abort his hot lap. Probably won't have the fuel for the same. Mountain Wolf will start his hot lap, so we'll get back to him later on in the lap. We have right now McLean Don't Die also gonna start his final hot lap. A lot of drivers about to start their final hot lap. We have Geetan Samuel coming across the final chicane. No, he will go into the pit, so that's not what he wants to do. He doesn't want to do a lap as of now. Saurapat is going out for another lap, so hopefully he can get out, get a lap in, a faster lap in that he likes. As usual, a lot of drivers in the final sector trying to cross the line. We have Slaya coming back into the pits. We have the 2 Haases who will cross the line soon. Uday has invalidated his lap. Ace's Scoop is about to cross the line. Does he improve? He does improve, but is not enough for improvement in position, that is. So he will have to start from where he is right now, that is P16. Obviously these are the final runs sort of. The session has not yet gotten over, so drivers who are crossing the line can still put in a time. So we'll wait and see if they improve even further, but I have a big doubt as Dark Knight invalidates in the final chicane, but that's his out lap, so he will be starting his lap. There is a car parked on the start finish line, not sure why, but Dark Knight, I don't think he was able to make it in time, so I think that's his lap done. No, he did make it in time, and this is his
Nope.
final. No, he did not.
Nope,
Okay.
nope, he's done. The time remaining popped up on the top if you notice.
Okay.
That means the time has run out, and that's just the buffer time for drivers to probably come back or finish the laps if they've started. Alex Joseph, who is on a hot lap now, gets a good line over there. Touches the
and
wall and
invalidates it.
invalidates. Yeah. Touching the wall also invalidates your lap times, and as we see over there, Sai Tarun very slowly driving on the start-finish straight. Not sure what happened over there, but he's finishes quali as well. Ink, who still seems to be on a lap. I am not sure if you can go on board Ink. Yes, he is on a lap. He's improving, and he will go P3 with a 110 flat, just 9 milliseconds, 9 thousandths away from a flat 110, and that puts him P3. That's a good qualifying for the McLaren boys, I must say, because P1 for Slayer and P3 for Ink.
It has been a good qualifying for the McLaren boys throughout this season. It's just that will they be able to convert this in the race, barring any safety car, which is somewhat of a likelihood here. But yeah, going through the standings, we have Slaya with 192 on the soft, Logesh with a brilliant lap of a 199 on the mediums, Ink with a 110.0, Mountain also with a 110.0, Saurabh Pad 110.0, Dark Knight, Uday 110.2 and 110.4 respectively, Suhaib 110.6, Alex Joseph 110.8 and Geethan Samuel 110.9. So everyone except Logesh starting on the soft tires in the top 10. We do have in the bottom as well, we have Blaze followed by Ritesh, Sai Tarun, McLean Don't Die, Vinay, Ace Scoop, Alpha Morty, Ripe, Eric Griffin and Thermo. Thermo not going out on the track at all, and Eric Griffin DNFing without setting a lap, rounding up our bottom two, and Ripe being the last third who just did an installment lap and went back into the pits. But the field is pretty close, I believe, like except the top two, I believe third, fourth, fifth are like within 110. Sixth and seventh were 2 or 2 tenths apart, 6 to 8, but in the 111s we had very close field packed together. So we'll see what the midfield here can do, because it seems that the midfield is very close to each other.
Absolutely, and the thing is, these drivers are not always. What I'm trying to tell is that initial laps, the lap 1, lap 2, there are a lot of incidents, a lot of changes in position. Just because you're fast doesn't mean you're going to survive. You might have an unfortunate moment, you might make a mistake, and you might be at the back of the grid, but you still see that these drivers are all fighting with each other. They're not being they're not backing out from a fight. They do fight it out. And yeah, Canada being Canada, all chicanes except for one hairpin. It'll be interesting to see how these drivers are able to keep it clean through these fast swooping chicanes, and except for the hairpin, which is a slow speed corner, everywhere else it's pretty pacey, and going wheel to wheel will test the racecraft and the awareness of all these drivers.
Indeed. One more thing that will be tested is their controller and keyboard input, because we should not forget still a lot of the drivers in tier 3 are using those inputs. So we'll have to wait and watch if any of those input creates harm for going side by side when they're going side by side. But the drivers have readied up, and we shall soon be proceeding for the formation lap, and then followed on with a race which is of 50% length. How many laps, Harry? Do you have any idea? I have forgotten.
35
Okay.
laps.
So 35 laps of racing here. Hopefully not more than 2 safety cars. That's what I will bet on. But if you are following us, if you are watching this race, do put down your predictions in the chat box, and we will be sure to go through them as we go along in the formation lap.
Well, over there, as you can see, Ink taking his own sweet time to get a good getaway. He's probably just trying a practice. You can try. I do this a lot during races. On the formation lap, I wait a few extra seconds and I try a race start. Just a small, the first phase of race starts where you're dumping the clutch and going for the for the no wheel spin getaway from the box. I try that, and then I just slow down and just ease out on the tires. Don't put too much pressure on them. Don't put too much of load on them, because you might. There is a lot of there is a lot of degradation you get in the formation lap, and that little bit of tire saving can actually help you through the race. One extra push lap or one extra little bit of performance when you're trying an overtake, it actually helps in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and especially in a track where you're trying to do some strategy which is not very favorable, like for example China doing a soft medium, every percent counts there, every percent counts.
Absolutely. China is just ridiculous with the amount of degradation you get on the soft tires. You hardly can do 5 laps if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
At max.
yeah, that's what, when the tires just fall off the cliff in that track. Have no idea about this track though. Like I believe you can do around 10, like 8 to 9 laps on the soft tires, if I'm not wrong.
Well, if you're doing the single stop, you will have to do about 10 to 15 laps on the softs and around 25 laps, 10 laps on the softs and 25 laps on the mediums. But that will take a lot of what Logesh is trying to do right now, I presume, is a medium soft or a medium soft soft. So if he's doing the medium soft soft, about 15 laps on the mediums and 10 on each set of soft. But if you're doing a single stop, it will take about 25 laps on the mediums and 10 laps on the softs, or plus or minus 2 laps on both stints. So it will go the distance. It's not about not making it, but you will lose some performance towards the end of your stint. And tire management is key.
Yes, indeed, as all cars have almost lined up. We will be going through the starting sequence. Obviously, from this camera angle, I can't see the lights. And there you go. Now I can see the lights. So we have a couple of lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. And the pause, not that quickly, but here we are. Away we go. It seems like Slaya got not a decent enough start, even though being on the softs, but he is there. He will take the inside line going through the next couple of corners. Drivers being really cautious back as well. Already we have a VSC. I don't know how that came out, but Uday has lost his entire front wing in that chaos. Although it was nothing major of a crash, but yeah, people will be forming a single file. We have a safety car because of Alex crashing out at the back. We did not get a glimpse of what exactly happened. Harry, did you get a glimpse of what exactly happened?
I think it was just a race start incident, in the sense that there was some wheel spin and he got taken out, but I didn't completely notice. And also, just wanted to point out the bunch of, there are quite a few screen freezes. It's happening even on the stream.
Is it?
And
Let me just check. I think I will probably have to reduce my settings because I don't see any frame drops in the OBS screen. So I'm just gonna I don't need ray tracing, I believe.
Nope, you definitely don't.
Yeah, so
So,
I will just turn off
as you go through this, I guess going back to that race start, good. I think the best prediction over there was from Eitzel, our OG streamer for our OG commentator. Probably one of our best commentators. He was completely correctly telling that Slaya's gonna lose a position at start, but he predicts that Slaya will still end with a podium. He lost a position, but he sent it down the inside into turn 1, and then there was a safety. Oh, we did not notice it's become a safety car now, by the way.
Yes.
And bunch of drivers have dived into the pits, if we notice.
Most of these drivers, I believe, are doing a wing change. Yes, all of the drivers who wanted a wing change have gone into the pits as of now.
Yep. So, well, the order did get shuffled up after the 7th position. So if you see, Blaze has gone up 4 places. He's in P7 now. We have Sai Tarun has gone up 4 places. He's on P9. Geethan Samuel 2 places and P8. Biggest loss of positions is Uday, who's gone from P7 to P17. 10 positions lost, and 4 positions lost for McLean Don't Die. Ripe has lost a position. So yeah, the most positions gained actually is Eric Griffin. He's gone from P. I think he was last. Wasn't he
P19.
last?
He was P19 last second.
Yeah, so from P19 he's gone on to P7, P12. So that's a great race start for him. And I think, if I'm not wrong, he's on the medium set of tires because he started out of the top 10. And he's on the hards. Well,
That's a weird
that's a
strategy.
that's a yeah, that's a very brave strategy, I must say. So he's gonna be going on those hards for a long time, I think, and he's gonna wait for a second safety car probably throughout towards the end of the race, where he can go onto a fresh set of softs and then make up a lot of positions, I guess. But you'll have to wait and watch if that actually works out, because the hards don't have the pace which the mediums will be able to give you. So let's see how it goes for him.
Yeah, the full pack has caught up, and we will probably be going racing in the next lap. Safety car should be in this lap, as we have the full track to go through behind the safety car. The top five, I believe, kept their position. Six kept their position, as Harry said a couple of seconds back, and rest all we see a bit of shuffling of positions, especially because two of the drivers, that is Uday and McLean, don't die, pitting in to get their wings replaced because of some minor contact that they have in the initial laps. But I'm surprised by the start that Logesh got. You know, on those medium tires, he should definitely not be getting a better start than the soft runners, but he managed to prove the impossible, be the Lewis Hamilton in Abu Dhabi and get a better start.
I beg to differ about that, by the way, because I've done it on a few occasions. Well, there are a lot of factors that come into the race start, but when I'm on a harder set of compounds compared to the drivers around me, I tend to heat up the tires a lot more than normal. I don't mind the little extra wear, and heat up my brakes as well, because then your race start is pretty good, and if you dump the clutch at the right point and you give the right amount of throttle, you can get a pretty good start compared to the drivers around. And also the other factor of the other drivers making mistakes comes into play. So in this case, Leah did have a bad getaway. He reacted a little later to the lights going out, and I'll just quickly stop talking about this because the safety car restart is on, and I see that the drivers have already started off. I think Slayer's already gone away, and in the background over there we can see Blaze making an overtake on Dark Knight out of the final chicane, and he gets that move done, and he stays in P6. Oh, he goes back to P7. I think he did it before the safety car line. My bad. So he'll have to fight another few corners to get that position. Up in front, Slayer has gotten a half a second lead. Logesh has another half a second, actually 8/10 of a lead from Ink over there. As we are on board, Sai Tarun picking up the first penalty of the race, a 3-second time penalty. Again, penalties are pretty notorious on this track. It's pretty easy to get it because of the chicanes and the speed you're trying to carry through these chicanes, and also the dirty air coming into play because we are in the 2021 game. Some positions getting shuffled over there. I think Alpha Morty versus Eric Griffin over there. But yeah, pretty clean getaway, I must say, for that safety car restart.
Yeah, we did not get any major incident on the safety car restart, which is always good to know. But coming across the hairpin, I believe Sai Tarun got a very bad exit. I'm not sure, but right now Suhaib is going side by side with him. Will he? Yes, he is already ahead before the chicane, and Sai Tarun decides to stick back for a fight in the next lap.
Absolutely, and Blaze is ahead of Dark Knight now, but Dark Knight has not given up. He's still trying to stick to the diffuser of
I don't know what happened there. I suddenly my PC only shut off. I have seen game crashes from Codemasters. I don't know how my PC just shut off in middle of the full game. So I have again. I'm starting off in a few seconds. We'll be back. I hope we don't miss a lot of the action. Game is already starting up. Just hold on with us. Sorry about that. Not sure what happened.
Yes, sir, and yeah, we will be back. The game starting up. Yeah, I think everyone got shocked a little over there. What happened, because we suddenly froze on, I think, Dark Knight's POV, and then we just went black. Some amount of, oh no, we're gonna miss that. Ah, damn. And yeah, we have HP as usual, Mr. Moto, going on with the damn these.
Yes, the classic these.
Yes, sir. And Logesh right now doing a brilliant. I mean, if he's still in P2, he's doing a brilliant job on those mediums, I'm sure. And uh, let's wait for you to get back into the race, and then we can quickly see what's happening.
Yes,
In the meantime, that first, I was just thinking about how the strategy for Eric Griffin was working out because he started on the hards. He had a safety car on the end of, I think at the end of turn 2 itself, there was a safety car. And then he had to settle in for P12, if I'm not wrong. 7 places he made up. So I don't know how those hards are going to help him, and if he'll ever be able to get another safety car to help him with pitting and not losing too much time. But yeah, that should be something I wanted to look out for sure.
So we are back at it. We have the order in front of us. Dark Knight is still behind the place, so we thankfully did not miss much of an action. But what has happened is Logesh has closed the gap onto Slaya there, so he will soon be looking to battle the lead as Slaya tires are dying off as the laps go by.
Well, if you can go on board Slayer so that I can see on our end game telemetry. Oh, we have a yellow flag somewhere on track. We had a yellow flag for a moment. The tires seem okay on Slayer's car. They shouldn't be about 30-35% wear, and him trying to give a little bit of slipstream brake, trying to distract. Oh, slight brush with the wall. I don't know if he got any kind of damage over there, but Logesh is pretty close. He is closing in. Slayer going for a little earlier apex than usual. Logesh taking a little of a cutback line over there. Gets a good exit. A pretty similar exit, I must say, because of the tires probably. But that DRS is so powerful, like a train. He just goes past, and there is no way Slayer can even defend that. He has to just tuck back into the slipstream and try and stick to the slipstream or fight it again with him. But doing that would cause Mountain Wolf to close up. And as we say that, Ink pitting as early as lap 9 over here to get into the pits and get onto a fresh set of mediums possibly, and Sai Tarun just has a slight brush with the wall and loses the position to Keith and Samuel over there.
He's still there, he's still alive, but that was a close brush to the wall. I believe that was his rear tire brushing against the wall, so might not have gotten any damage, but he should not be taking those risks.
Well, on board Eric Griffin, who's in P8 now. He's made up 4 positions out of nowhere. I'm not sure how. Thermo is in P10, by the way. I'm not sure what has happened in that little bit of time, but there are some drivers who've made up a lot of positions. I was not noticing Thermo a lot, but he just lost a position to Ritesh, but he's made up a lot of positions from P20, and he's losing some positions now. Oh, he doesn't have a front wing. Well. And he's almost gone to the back of Ink. No front wing, and Uday close brush with him. Well, I don't know what happened over there, but I guess he's going into the pits for sure. Ethan Samuel in the meantime loses a position to Eric Griffin, who's in P7 now, but he's using all of his ERS to defend this position. I'm not understanding why. With Eric Griffin, and breaks earlier. Eric Griffin cuts the entry of the final chicane, turn 13. So that's probably the key to taking that chicane, maybe.
Yes, and meanwhile Slaya has also pitted. So both the McLaren boys, I think, are going for a 2-stop, but can't say as of now. But both of them pitted really early, something that would indicate a 2-stop strategy from the McLaren boys.
Well, considering where they've come out, Slaya has come out very close to Suhaib, so he's going to be losing some time over there. So has Ink, just 2 tenths behind Ritesh. So they come out in traffic, which is not something, I guess if there was a race engineer, they would have helped them out with that. In the meantime, up front, Eric Griffin making another 2 moves. He's overtaken Ethan Samuel, he's overtaken Sai Tarun now, and that pit stop from Slayer has given him 1 free position. So he's in P5 with 9-lap-old hards. So if he gets some clean air, that's probably the best place to be in right now and utilize those hard tires.
That was a bit squirmy on the exit, but Slaya, who has come out after his pit stop, has almost caught up to Eric Griffin as well. Will be on the medium tires as of now. Might be doing a 2-stopper. We have no idea. We'll have to just wait and watch as Geethan Samuel dives into the pits, and so does Sai Tarun. A lot of people doing their pit stops. Saurabh also diving into the pit. So we'll see where those people come out. But as of now, it seems like Logesh has no plans of pitting, obviously because of his medium tires, and so does Eric Griffin for the next 20 laps, for I am sure. And Mountain Wolf, who is running with the 10-lap old softs, will be looking to pit very soon.
Well, Slayer's caught up to Eric Griffin. He's just 8 tenths off, and he has DRS now, I'm sure. And he has the fastest sector one at the moment on track, and he's definitely flying. Good call over there. The McLaren drivers have called out, or basically challenged the other drivers to pit immediately to cover off their undercut, and it's worked pretty well till now for them. Saurabh has pit and come out in P5. I'm not sure where he was in comparison to Ink, but he has probably gotten one better on Ink over there. Slayer just making the move on Eric Griffin, pretty straightforward. Eric Griffin's not going to be fighting Slayer, I guess, at this point because of the difference in strategies. But staying on board Slayer, I think we'll just have a look at that lap time because he's doing... Ooh! As we see that he comes straight back onto track over there. Blaze goes in the wrong direction. That was close on the entry of turn 13 into the braking zone.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what happened there.
It seemed like as soon as we switched the camera, we did see a glimpse of a car on the right side of Blaze and a car ahead of him. So either Blaze missed his braking point and went straight on, and to avoid the collision, he had to go straight, or something major than that happened. But right now, the whole field is either on a medium tire, except for Eric Griffin and Ripe, who are on the hard tires. Eric Griffin on the hard tires by choice, but Ripe because of the incident that he had, and Ripe would be looking to finish the race on these tires itself.
Yes, and one more thing I wanted to talk about, as you can see, as you just saw on board Blaze, there was a lot of squirming after that spin he had, and that is because on this game you can see that the tires get a lot of heat when you spin, and so you'll have to drive a little carefully, nurse them a bit for a couple of corners till you get it back into working temperatures, and then start driving full pace, because or else you're going to have a lot of squirmy moments and probably easily spin out of corners, which, as you saw in Blaze's case, he was struggling with grip. Coming back on board with Saurabh. Saurabh's close to Mountain Wolf. Mountain Wolf has spit and come out on fresh mediums, 1 lap older than younger than Saurabh. So it's a pretty straightforward race from here. Eric Griffin is probably just praying that there is a safety car somewhere around lap 25, lap 30, because that will put him in the best possible position to fight for the podium itself, because he has the pace. We've seen him with showing a lot of good pace throughout the season.
Yes, indeed. One thing I just realized that this track has 3 DRS zones, which I completely told that it has only 2 in the track guide. So drivers have a bit more opportunity, but it seems like Mountain Wolf is running a more high downforce setup, because I saw him game through the second sector specifically and the first sector end. But on the straights, he is getting close. The gap between them is getting closed down massively. It might just be because of the DRS, but it does seem to me that either Mountain Wolf has better car control in the second sector, or he is running a higher downforce setup.
Well, I have to cut you off there because Logesh has made a pit stop. Only 12 laps on those mediums, and he's made a pit stop, and he come just ahead of Eric Griffin. They were probably fighting for position just when he came out of the pits, but Sriya has pulled ahead of Logesh now. He's about 2.5 seconds ahead, but Logesh is not very far off. He is on softs and he has the pace and he can fight for that position.
Yes, I think Logesh also opting for a 2-stopper there, because 12 laps on the mediums, that definitely indicates some kind of his 2-stopper strategy that he is going for. Maybe he saw, and we have a yellow flag. Blaze has spun around on the exit just there, but yes, so basically I think he saw the McLaren boys doing a 2-stopper and he thought it's safe to do a 2-stopper himself. We never know. We'll have to just wait and watch what these boys pull out as the race goes ahead. Logesh is just 2 seconds behind Slaya as we are on board Mountain Wolf with the easy overtake on Eric Griffin. Eric Griffin with 32% DRS would be looking to conserve some of it for the later half of the race. Right now his teammate is just behind and he lets him by. Great team spirit, I believe. I hope.
Well, great team spirit or not, I need to tell one thing. That's a lot. That's a lot of guts to give the position there. I mean, pretty close. They were pretty close when he was giving the position, and Sauropat's now close to Mountain Wolf, and he will not have. I mean to say, Mountain Wolf won't have any DRS help. He'll have to try and catch up the gap to Logesh, which will be pretty tough because Logesh himself has caught up by about a second to Slayer in the last couple of laps, and that's going to help him fight for the win. He just has another soft stint after this, so he will have the pace, and it'll be an outright on-track battle for position between the top two if nothing goes wrong between them.
Yes, indeed. That was a very good decision by Eric Griffin there to let his teammate by. He knows that he is not in their battle. He will be pitting only for the sauce towards the end. All he can do is take this, take the DRS help from his teammate and this battle and keep on tagging along. That's what is gonna help him. So that was a very smart move done by Eric Griffin there, and obviously Sauropat and Mountain Wolf in the battle right now. Logesh obviously setting the fastest time of the session. No brainer there on the fresh softs. Obviously he will be doing that.
Well, as we were speaking about that, Dark Knight made the move on Uday Agarwal into the final chicane, turn 13 and 14, and I think he got into P7. Uday on 14 lap old mediums, so probably not much to look out for over there. Must not be able to put a fight over there to Dark Knight. The battle for the lead, well, within 5 tenths now, and Logesh has DRS. He's definitely lining up a move for the back straight, and he's a very mature driver from the few races I've been able to commentate for and watching him drive. He doesn't make very outrageous moves, I must say, not outright, outrageous moves. He has a sensible way of driving. He makes the moves at the right places. He conserves ERS pretty well, which is at 30% now, but he doesn't need it much, I presume, but he still uses a little bit to get him past, and he takes the lead from Slayer at the moment going into turn 13 and 14 and crosses the line, and from lap 17 onwards he's in P1.
Sets the fastest lap with the help of the DRS as well. So I think Logesh will be the one to take the fastest point, fastest lap point in this race. So Sauropat still sticking to the DRS. Eric Griffin falling down a bit after his hearts have done 16 laps. So he will soon be pitting in the next, I believe, 10 laps. Yeah, he will be pitting in the next 10 laps. We have yellow flag in sector 2. I'm not sure who.
Who?
I think it was McLaren, I think. No, I don't think so. I hope not. Anyways, back again we have Blaze catching up to Thermo. Thermo red lights flashing on the rear indicating low ERS amount, and so does Blaze. No ERS in his tank as well. So these two people will be having a battle in the next couple of laps.
Yes, sir, and as you can see over there, he cut the inside on turn 3 pretty well, but then he couldn't get the car to turn to the left immediately. That quick change in direction was not happening there, and so he lost out a little bit, but he's caught up again. He has DRS to help him. He has another back straight coming up which will help him, and we have another yellow flag, which is someone's gone into the pits and retired. I think it is Vinay. He's gone into the pits and he's retired. P19 at the moment because he's retired, but yeah, must have had a bad race, I'm not sure, but he has called it day. And McLean don't die over there giving way, or was it Suhaib?
No, Suhaib. That was Suhaib giving way, as this seems like an easy overtake on Thermo, but Thermo is gonna stick around. No, he will not. He will back out. You will have to back out, but Thermo I think got a better exit, but Blaze has the DRS. Will Thermo challenge this into turn 1? Looks for it, goes for it, still going for it. They both are side by side, and the contact model happened. Blaze hit the rear of Thermo, and if you just hit it at that angle, you are obviously gonna spin out. So, not an eventful outcome for both the drivers, I believe. Might be a report coming in, but I'm not sure who is at fault there. Stewards will have a look at it, and probably a decision will be made. Accordingly,
Yes,
Geet and Samuel catching up to Ritesh at the moment. Ritesh on an older tire compound, 17 laps on those medium tires. I think Ritesh is going for a medium soft strategy there. So probably kudos to him for trying out that, something that not a lot of people on this grid are trying today. Ritesh is trying the medium softs.
Well. Chat seems to have had a small attack from an unnecessary website. But yeah, mods taking care of it, I guess. And in the meantime, as we saw that, Geet and Samuel pretty straightforward overtake, I think, from Ritesh. Gets the move done, goes up to P9. But over there on Thermo, I think, well, fun battle till it lasted. Like you said, Stuarts, we'll have a look at it later. And we'll have to wait and watch who comes out with a penalty over there. Because there's definitely some driver getting a penalty.
Yeah.
And going onward, Sai Tarun. Sai Tarun is in P11 now. He's in the point scoring position because we have started the new points system in IRC where the top 15 get points instead of the top 10, giving more incentive for drivers to try and stay on track, fight for positions, more positions to fight for, and not just give up and retire in the pit. So that is definitely a helpful thing. And Sai Tarun gets a good exit over there. Goes on the outside. Ritesh with 18 lap old mediums definitely not able to do too much over there, having to let the Red Bull driver pass. Sai Tarun's in P10 now, and Ritesh continues on, which means he's going for the single stopper for sure. He's probably going to pit at around lap 22-25 and go on to a fresh set of softs for the rest of the race.
Yeah, it seems like up ahead Logesh has also pulled up a gap of around 3.7 seconds from Slaya. I remember both of these drivers will have to pit as Blaze completely misses that corner. Does he have a wing damage?
Yeah, he has a light green left wing, so
Yeah.
he's probably facing a lot of understeer over there.
Yeah, that explains it. That might because of the incident with Thermo when he hit the rear there. So won't be happy. He won't be happy for sure. And I am not sure why Sai Tarun taking that line for that corner. That's a very big corner cut, and the game is giving the penalties that Sai Tarun with 15 seconds. Goddamn man, just slow down. Put a halt on those brakes and corner cutting. Last time Casey got disqualified in Canada itself, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was pretty long back, but it was pretty funny. But he was trying to get the fastest lap, and I guess the game doesn't give you the fastest lap if you cut too many corners.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. But right now, Sai Tarun has better pace than Geethan Samuel, but hopefully he puts a brake on his corner cutting. Up ahead, Saurabh Pat got his 3 seconds a couple of laps back, but now he has fallen off 3 seconds behind Mountain Wolf. He was battling there, but I think he did a couple of mistakes which resulted him in being in this position as he is right now. We do not have any close battles as of now, but you know what can make that change? A safety car.
Absolutely. Actually, I wanted to point out the fact that Mountain Wolf has been catching up on Slayer, and we have a yellow flag somewhere in sector. I think it's a retired car of Uday, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think so. It's Uday. No, it's not a retired car. It's a spun car of Uday.
Well. So he has dropped a couple of positions, if I'm not wrong. He's in P11 now. He has short rear tires, as you can see in the tire graphic on the left, which our very own in-house telemetry team makes. And as we see over there for P8, Sai Tarun goes on the inside line, overtakes well before the braking point and gets ahead of Geethan Samuel. It's a Red Bull versus AlphaTauri battle happening here. The same DRS detection zone for the start-finish straight and the back straight, and he has double DRS. Makes it a seal move on Geethan Samuel. He's in P8 now, but with 15 seconds of penalties, and it shows that he is trying to gain pace and not being able to do it within track limits. That's a little tough, I must say, for him. In the meantime, battle for P2. Slayer's been losing a lot of pace throughout the race. He's not been able to keep up that pace to Logesh because of the tire deficit. In fact, even in the first stint, when he was on softs and Logesh was on mediums, he was not able to defend much, and Logesh had the pace. Now Mountain Wolf seems to be catching up with 2 lap younger tires, that is medium tires, and he's within DRS. He'll probably take his own sweet time because it is not needed to kill the tires at this point of the race where he's getting a sure shot P2 on track position. As we say that, oh, Blaze, being a blue flag car, going through his teammate over there, ghosting through his teammate, and definitely giving him dirty air at this point, which is not the right thing to do, I must say. Can we go on board Blaze to see if he's
I
on
think
fresh
he will.
softs?
Yeah. He just now pitted and came out. He has fresh shots, so he will just fly past these people. So he is doing well within his rights if he clears these two people. He did clear off his teammate as of now, so he's like 1 second ahead of him, and I think he will soon be clearing off Slaya as well. So he is allowed to unlap himself, provided he does not interfere in this battle a lot, more than one lap at least.
I can tell you one thing for sure, that Slayer is gonna be cursing at him, telling, "Hello, what is this dirty air?" Because that's definitely something that irritates if he's not able to catch up, and that is causing Slayer to lose some pace. Oh my God, he was catching up real quick over there on the back straight, Mountain Wolf and Slayer, but that late, just slight change of direction from the outside to the inside and back to the outside line, which is completely legal, and he didn't do it too late. It definitely caught Mountain Wolf off, and Mountain Wolf had to, back off for a second over there. As we see, Logesh has gone into the pits.
I was gonna bring that up. Logesh has gone into the pits and gone for the medium tires. Not sure what made him do that decision, but he has gone for it. He will stick to it. But as much as Slaya is cursing the blue flagged car, he should be happy that he did get a bit of DRS. Or if he would have just let him by slightly before, he would have gotten way more DRS in the back straight, which would have helped him. But now that he has completely cleared off, the blue flagged car has cleared off, I don't think Slaya will be getting the DRS, and Mountain Wolf might be looking to prey on Slaya right now.
True, but just as we say that, Logesh has gotten his first 3-second penalty, not going to do him a lot of help. Slayer quick, that late move to side line and then slotting back into the slipstream, I'm sorry. And now if you see, Blaze is going to be helping his teammate a bit if he's capable of giving him that DRS. No, he makes way over there, doesn't make way over there, which is definitely going to be irritating. He doesn't seem to be having the pace. He's going wheel to wheel and he's trying to maintain the pace over there, but slots back between the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo over there. He's helping his teammate a bit now, giving some dirty air to the McLaren driver. He's allowed to do it for about 3 to 4 corners, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember the number, but yeah, that is definitely pushing Slayer out of the DRS zone. Just gets within DRS. I'm not sure if he got DRS. Yes, he did get DRS by a millisecond, I guess, and that's helping him stay in touch with Mountain Wolf. That's some strange situations over there for the Alfa Romeo boys, I must say.
I'm not sure what strategy is Logesh going for, because right now he is 8 seconds behind this, with no more pit stops to do, obviously, but he has opted for the medium tires to carry him till the end of the race, so it can be an interesting battle towards the end.
Not gonna lie, it is true, but as we say that, Slayer dives into the pits and he's going to opt for those soft tires now. He'll be able to put in some quality stint laps. This could probably be his fastest laps coming up. He has put on the soft tires. He's going to be exiting the pits and will probably be close to, in fact, losing a position to Eric Griffin, who's still on the hard tires, if you notice. I'm not sure why he's still on the hard tires. He could probably have pit for the soft, but I think he's praying for a safety car at this point. There's no other reason I see for him to not pit yet. Ink has also pit and has come out a couple of seconds, actually way more, has come out behind Saurav Pat. Sai Tarun making up a few positions over there and has slot in front of Ink. If we can go on board Ink for a second and see what the situation is ahead of him. Ink has lost a couple of positions and he's going to be fighting wheel to wheel with Geethan Samuel, but just gets around the outside of turn 2 and stays out of Geethan Samuel. That's pretty close on the exit. Geethan Samuel will be losing some time for sure because he's on 15-lap-old mediums, but nonetheless, that was pretty close. Good call over there. Ink probably getting a little held up by Slayer at the double stack, but I'm not sure if that's any more existent in this game. The game's gotten better at double stacking drivers in the race.
Yes, indeed. One thing I have noticed that both the McLaren drivers are doing the same strategy, pitting in the same lap and taking the same tire. So they are doing a coordinated pits throughout this race, as we have a soft runner getting stuck behind Ripe. Eric Griffin finally, after all that pain, has decided to go in and change for his tires. That's making a road where it doesn't exist. Both going side by side, a bit of wheel banging and the contact model, and front wing donation there between Uday and Ripe.
That was just madness, but I don't know what happened there. There was a move on a gap, wasn't expecting. I think today being, I don't know, that was definite. Oh, that's a
Safety car. I don't know how that was a safety car, but who got benefited? Eric Griffin. Did he get benefit from this? I don't think so. I think
Well, I
he
don't know if
just
he-
now came out ahead.
Yeah, so he's not really benefited from it, but I don't know if there's anyone who's going to be benefiting. Probably Mountain Wolf.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry, I did not notice that, but he has P1 at the moment, and he should be able to utilize that. Yeah, dive into the pits even with a negative delta, and he should be able to utilize it. Oh, and Eric Griffin gets a drive through.
Oh.
A typical mistake he's known to make. He just doesn't maintain the delta, and he's gotten a drive through now. That's just unfortunate.
When we were on board him, we did see him slow down massively to avoid that drive-through, but I think he was not looking.
Absolutely, and Logesh got a 5-second penalty. McLean don't die gets a drive through under safety cover speeding. I think Logesh had a situation where he made an overtake or something, where it gave him a yellow flag ignoring warning. I mean a penalty, which is a 5-second penalty, and he has total of 8 seconds. Oh, severe collision with Alpha Morty. That definitely means Slayer must be having some kind of. Oh, okay, that doesn't make sense. How did he make contact with that? Oh, under safety car. My bad. Under safety car, what had happened now is that the lap cars stay where they are. They don't get ghosted, which means that he can make contact with those cars. And luckily, he seems to have not gotten any damage. So, good for him. But that's just we know the standard meme of Slayer, right? He hits the safety car.
Yes,
So
that is
today
true.
he's chosen to hit another driver.
One thing is there, Sai Tarun has accumulated 21 seconds as of now, very closing to a disqualification. More 7 laps to go in this race, out of which 2 more laps will be under the safety car, if I'm not wrong. This and the next lap will be under safety car. So they will have still 6 laps of racing, and looking at the tires that our boys have put, Mountain Wolf is in a prime spot to get P1 in this race, and especially without penalties, he can very much dream of winning this race.
Can you help me identify where Blaze
Where?
or Blaze? I don't seem to be finding his name itself on the grid.
P17.
Oh, P17. My bad. So yeah, he's in. I get confused between the Ferrari red and the Alfa Romeo red because it looks very similar on stream.
Well,
But yeah,
that
Blaze
is-
is in P17.
that is one thing you should look at. Alpine blue, Williams blue, and Red Bull blue.
Oh please, Red Bull blue is a little darker, so I'm able to recognize it on the bar. But the
other
Alpine
two.
blue and the Williams, it just gets to me all the time. Well, Slayer has a collision penalty under safety car, which means we can go through the penalties actually, because there are only 5 drivers I think on grid without any penalties. 2 drivers with a drive-through currently, Eric Griffin and McLean don't die for speeding under safety car, probably not maintaining their delta the right way. Logesh up front has 8 seconds of penalties, 5 for ignoring yellow flags and 3 for corner cutting. Slayer has the same set of penalties, 1 for corner cutting and 1 for a 5-second penalty for hitting Alpha Morty under safety car. Sauropat has 11 seconds, Ink clean right now. He has a good chance at the podium if you ask me. In fact, P2 itself, if he's able to stay close to the drivers ahead of him. Dark Knight with 3-second penalty. Eric Griffin has a drive-through. I'm not sure about the penalties he has. Sai Tarun closing in on a disqualification, as you mentioned, with 21 seconds of penalties. Going further down, Ethan Samuel clean up till now. Touchwood, he stays that way. That will give him a lot of benefits towards the end of the race. Thermo, his teammate, in P10. Pretty good race, I must say, up till now from P20 to P10. 9 seconds of penalties. Aces Scoop in P11 with 6 seconds. Ritesh doing well with the race. No penalties, so that will help him towards the end. And with the safety car coming at such a late point in the race will definitely help him. Uday on 11 seconds of penalties. Been having some incidents throughout the race. He lost two front wings in this race, if you notice. One just before the safety car and one at the race start itself. Ripe with no penalties again, but he's pretty far back, so I'm not sure if he will be able to catch. I don't
He
know
is
where
lapped.
he is on track.
He is lapped right now, so I don't think he will be able to make any position. So all the way from P14 downwards are lapped, so they won't be able to make up any positions.
Well, then if that's the case, then I guess he will not make much of a benefit with a clean race of no penalty. Alpha Morty 9-second penalty. McLean Don't Die has a 5-second penalty for Keithan Samuel just comes in as we were talking about him having a clean race for a severe collision with Sai Tarun. Not sure if that will get removed after the report, but we'll wait and watch for the reports to come out. Suhaib with 9 seconds of penalties, and Blaze, who just pitted as we noticed, he's going to be catching up, I guess, to the rest of the field, and he has a 9-second penalty, 9 seconds of penalties as well.
Yeah, we are just waiting for the last car to catch up to the pack. Blaze getting a 5-second penalty for hitting Ritesh ahead of him. Safety car is in this lap as everyone has caught up to the pack. So right now, Ripe and Alpha Morty are ahead of Slaya, who are ghosted, who won't be ghosted till the safety car goes in. So Slaya will have to be careful not to hit them, I guess.
Absolutely, and I don't see a safe car in the lap. Did it come up?
Yes, it did come up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I must have not noticed. But yeah, that's the reason probably why Logesh has backed up the field. But then he's gone for it now. He's slammed on the throttle. He's gotten a good exit. Eric Griffin getting a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Dark Knight over there. I'm not sure how. But then that was just before the safety car went in, I presume. There's some yellow flags in Sector 3. But there are no overtaking positions happening over there. Sai Tarun diving down the inside on turn 1 gets the move done on Eric Griffin. A brilliant move over there, but I must say he's opportunistically made that move because Eric Griffin had a collision with Dark Knight. If we can check if there was any damage to Eric Griffin quickly, if possible. Yes, he does have a yellow wing on the left side, and that is probably race over for him. He'll have to pit for a fresh set of fresh wing. We also see Ace's scoop with an orange left wing, which means he is also going to be struggling for grip, and he'll have to pit for softs and a fresh wing. Up in front now, Logesh is in P1 on track, but with that 8 seconds of penalties, Mountain Wolf is probably best poised for the win without even making a move, but he has softs which are fresher than the mediums of Logesh, and that will definitely give him a better chance at getting that move on track itself. Let's wait and watch if he actually gets that move done. McLean Don't Die has just left the session, so I think his AI will immediately pit him for the drive-through to be served. Eric Griffin also might think about serving the drive-through. We'll have a look on the track map if he does serve it. Yellow flags in Sector 3, not sure why. But yeah, both the drive-through candidates have gone into the pits. They're serving the drive-through. Logesh is right now planning to battle and save some ERS probably to defend for Mountain Wolf.
Yes, we do have two battles currently going on the track. A battle for lead on the track, obviously, is going on between Mountain Wolf and Logesh. Tire compound difference, but Slaya is also catching up. Sector 3 yellow, that is coming up because drivers are slowing down to enter the pit, so we can just ignore them. Sai Tarun seems to have gone off in the battle that he was in with Dark Knight, if I'm not wrong, and has lost a couple of positions because of that. Hopefully did not get a damage. Up ahead, it does not seem like Mountain Wolf is giving it a try as of now. As we can see from their ERS percentage, Logesh with 67 and Mountain Wolf with 81. He is waiting for the DRS to be turned on, which should be in this lap, I believe, and after that he can easily make the move if he is able to stick up. But Slaya has been catching up with the fastest lap of the session and a bit older tire, but I am pretty sure if I switch to Slaya, I will have very less ERS. Yes, there you go, 32% ERS. I did see the time go from 2 seconds to 1.1 seconds, and that could mean only one thing: using up a lot of your ERS. So this sort of seals the deal for Logesh there. I think Slaya might not be able to make a move on Logesh if Logesh thinks for the long run, and rather than battling Mountain Wolf, battles Slaya, who is actually his competitor on the track based on the penalties that they have accumulated.
if you can quickly go and see the the time gap to the leader, Punch, but I want to see Ink able to get a podium out of this. If you can see that possibly. Are we on the?
Yeah,
We are on the leader. So that means that he's 6 seconds off the leader, and he's definitely getting P2 at this rate because of this. Mountain Wolf in the meantime trying to catch up to Logesh, just points his nose in on the outside and backs off. Logesh cutting the inside of turn 13 completely, and we seem to be having some yellow flags in sector 3. I'm not sure why, but I definitely did see, as you were pointing out, Sai Tarun, he is in P12 now, but he did have heavy damage. He did not have a front wing at all after that crash. So some random yellow flags definitely popping up here, and they're double yellows in fact. I don't know if that's a glitch by the game, but we'll wait and watch how this battle goes on, because if Mountain Wolf is able to just stick to Logesh, that is also helping Slayer catch up, but Slayer has again lost another 3 to 4 tens because of not having enough ERS, I presume.
Yeah. I think he did a very stupid move. Rather than going for the fastest lap of the session, he should have conserved his ERS and gone for the lead of this race, P2. Like, that would give you 7 points, 5 points, but fastest lap gives you just 1. And I don't think Logesh should battle this. Yes, he should just use the DRS of Mountain Wolf and keep on staying ahead of Slayer. With just 1 lap, we are on the final lap. Slayer has 1.2 seconds to catch. He can see them ahead of him, but with 6% DRS, I don't think anything is gonna happen.
Yep, he is not gonna be able to do that, but if he does it, that's just achieving the impossible, because he's definitely going much later on the brakes, and having the soft tires is helping him. That's 11 laps or medium tire for 11 lap old medium tires for Logesh, and he's on 9 lap old softs. So he must be having the grip. He's just on the edge of losing that, and you see that he's gained almost a second out of the first sector itself. In fact,
we were on leader time, so that's why we saw 1.2 seconds to the leader, but actually he was within DRS in the past 1 or 2 laps. So Logesh and Sly are gonna have a run down the line. Logesh also will be having DRS, but Logesh will have more ERS to burn than Slaya. So let's see what happens here. Both running. Oh, Logesh also red lights flashing. Slaya sees 3% ERS, 1%. Slaya does not have any ERS. Logesh has more ERS to burn, and all that costed Slaya the win was the P2 was him using ERS for the fastest lap. But that's all. The top 3 have crossed the line. Mountain Wolf winning this race. Logesh in P2, Slaya in P3, P4 by Saurabh Pat, but falls down a lot of position. Ink comes up to P4 with no penalties in the race. Dark Knight in P5. We have Uday, who will be crossing the line soon, goes up in P7 as of now provisionally, but Ritesh overtakes them with no penalties in his bank as well. Geethan Samuel will also be crossing the line, but considering that he is 22 seconds behind, Sai Tarun is still in a battle with him, but I don't think Sai Tarun stands a chance with his 21 seconds of penalties. Geethan Samuel crosses the line in P10, Sai Tarun in P11. Ace Scoop obviously overtaking Sai Tarun. Even Eric Griffin, I believe, overtook Sai Tarun after the penalties were applied. But that's the final race result for you guys. At the end, Slaya again, maybe not the wisest of the decision that he could have done to go for the fastest lap and deplete all the ERS that he had. He could have done much better than what he did just now.
Well, Mountain Wolf definitely.
I'm not sure you are allowed to do that in real life, but he brings his steering wheel to the podium.
Yes, sir. And as we say that, some champagne spraying happening. Good race over there. A lot of strategic driving from Mountain Wolf and Logesh over there. If we noticed, they are definitely having some issues over there with choosing when to go off. When to use his ERS and when not to, and yes, the race start, that first stint definitely did curb his pace. Not only did that happen, he also seemed to be lacking a little bit of pace, probably a couple of tenths to Mountain Wolf and Logesh throughout the race in terms of raw race pace.
So going through the Final finishing order, we have Mountain Wolf, Logesh, Slaya, Ink, Dark Knight, Saurabh Pat, Ritesh, Uday, Thermo, Gitan Samuel rounding up the top 10. Eric Griffin after his hard tires finishing P11 and DT finishing P11, P12 Aces Scoop, Sai Tarun, Ripe, Alpha Morty, McLean Dondai, Blaze, Suhaib, and your two non-finishers were Vinay and Alex Joseph, both in the Alpine. So that was something interesting.
Yep, both in the Alpine. So Alex Joseph had an unfortunate situation to start. Not sure exactly what happened. Probably we'll get a story later. He's already apparently reported the drivers he deemed reportable for that race start incident. But nonetheless, we are in for the podium interviews. We have our race winner, Mountain Wolf, over here. Hi, Mountain. How was that race for you? Were you expecting a win coming into this race?
Actually, I was, not to brag about it, but everyone from Tier 3 was supporting me. Like, whenever I used to speak on the chat, everybody would be, Wolf would be podium 1, Wolf would be podium 1. So, I was not going to disappoint them. So, I tried my best to keep it clean and drove really safe. In the end, everything worked for me, including the safety car coming so late. And I knew that Canada was going to be a penalty haven for most of the people, so I tried my best to avoid any sorts of penalties. And it was like after last 5 laps, I was on the win because Logesh and Slayer had 8 seconds penalty. So I would have ended up ahead of them, but still I pushed myself and tried my best to become first on the track.
Well, that's a brilliant race from you. Definitely, you showed the maturity gaining till now and got a well-deserved win. In fact, that sentence where you told that you wanted to get the win and not disappoint your fans in Tier 3 itself, if not all over our chat. It reminded me of today being a really sad day for F1. In fact, we lost one of our greatest F1 heroes, the amazing Brazilian driver Ayrton Senna. He also used to be the driver who used to race for his fans and for his country. He was a very major image in Brazil, I must say. So that one sentence you told really reminded me of him. But nonetheless, a good race from you. Thank you for the race and for the entertainment you provided to the Combox and the viewers.
I heard your statement that Mountain Wolf is very fast on the race, and Qualies he's fast, but he's faster in the race. So hope I proved you right.
Yes, you did, and I think you definitely have the potential to get quali pace as well. I think you pole positions.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, good race from you. Moving on, we don't seem to have Logesh with us, so just bounce on to 3, who is Leia. So good race over there, Leia. Did you, after that pole position, were you disappointed with losing 2 positions throughout the race through your stint, or did you know that you don't have the pace up front with the drivers ahead?
I'll be really honest with you. I haven't done near as much practice as let's say Mountain Wolf or Logesh, and both of them they drove a brilliant race. And talking of the 8 seconds penalties, 3 seconds obviously, Canada being a penalty haven as Mountain Wolf pointed out. Definitely 3 seconds came from that, but 5 seconds of those came from some minor contact under safety car which wasn't even there, and I just got a penalty for no reason. So I've already pointed that out, and hopefully it gets removed. And pretty decent race, to be honest. I had the strategy set in my mind, soft, medium, soft, and that's exactly what I did. Sadly, couldn't pull off the fastest lap because of Eric Griffin pitting late into the race, but nevertheless, good haul of points, I guess. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Well, definitely good haul of points for the McLaren boys, because both the Mercedes drivers finishing close, but I don't think they were able to get the best race result possible, and Alfa Romeo as well, where only Mountain Wolf was able to deliver, and Blaze having a bad day today on track, finishing P18. So good haul of points for McLaren will help a lot in the championship, constructor championship, and in your individual driver championship, where you both are pretty close to each other, I must say, in the driver standings, where Inc is pipping you off by about 4 points, if I'm not wrong. 4 or 5 points. So yeah, nonetheless, good race from you both, and I guess that's all from the Combox for today. Dipanshu, you have anything to add?
Nothing else to add to this. I did wanted to ask one thing to Slaya. Why did you go for a fastest lap rather than, saving ERS for the battle towards the later stage?
Uh, that is just because I thought no one else would be doing a SMS, and I definitely had the superior tire as compared to Logesh at that point. So I thought I'll just go for it. Fresh tires I have, and I should just do it. So that was the thought process behind it. But I didn't know that there will be obviously a late safety car. And talking of the late safety car, if I pitted one lap later, I would have been in the lead of the race. So yeah, well, it's all in the timing and the decisions, but what can we do? It's a good race and enjoyed it.
Yes, indeed. Nevertheless, a brilliant drive. We do have Logesh as well, so why don't we just have a chat with him as well, Harry? He has joined the VC.
Yes, sir. So Logesh, well, great race, I must say. You had you doing that qualifying on medium set of tires was just amazing. And not only was it that you were able to make the move for the win, I mean for the lead on Slaya in the first stint itself, and then you managed your race pretty well. Unfortunately, got some track limit warnings and that 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. So talk us through your race. What were you thinking about, and how was the car feeling, the setup?
I had a great fun this race. Like it was crazy, but props to Mountain Wolf for not getting any penalties in Canada. That's really an achievement, though. Uh, like the late safety car, I think ruined my win, or possibly, I think I had a chance against Mountain Wolf. I think he was doing a one-stopper. I'm not sure though, but it was a great race. And regarding the 5-second penalty, I think it's a game glitch, so I had to report them.
Yeah, but I don't think you will have a change in position even if you get that report.
Yeah,
but
that's
but yeah, like we also thought that it was some sort of a game glitch that you got that 5 seconds. But nevertheless, a brilliant drive from you. But that's it from the commentary team for today's stream. It was pleasure being there to commentate on this race, especially an exciting race that we got to watch. But that's it from me as your streamer, No More Pro Player, and harryrox being the kind one to join me in the comms box. But if you are someone who liked what you watch and if you want to participate in some of these leagues, do consider joining our Discord server. The links are down in the description, or visit the website, our official IRC website. The links to that as well are in the description down below. But that's it. If you liked what you watch, do consider liking and subscribing as well, and hit the bell notification for whenever we go live with our league racing, that is with our PC leagues or leagues on ACC as well. So we'll see you today night with our tier 1 stream at 8 p.m. Till then, bye bye, take care, and have a nice day.